Alrighty then. Let me take my shit off. Alright, you guys. So, crypto update. Last night, I was telling you, actually, it's since Saturday morning or whenever I end up making these videos. When I started talking Saturday. So Saturday night, I made a video talking about this crucial area right here and time, not just price wise, resistance wise, but time wise. Time wise is very important. Unlike the regular stock market, you have data. And there's only this certain particular data, because we'll have, for the type of United States, we'll have a bunch of data every day. It'll be random ass stuff. Let me go on my phone, for example. Wait a minute, people. Hold on. Stick with me here. Okay, for example, Canada has, okay, let's not do Canada, let's do the United States. For example, Tuesday, we got Federal Reserve Powell peaking at 5:30 in the morning. But I'm pretty sure that's going to be way later Arizona time or whatnot. And also we got Richmond Manufacturing Index. Those two are important. We also have API Weekly Statistical Bulletin. Nobody gives a fuck about that. So there's only particular data that the regular market picks up on or cares about. All the other shit is really fucking doesn't really matter. It's like when you have earnings. There'll be a bunch of fucking earnings, but only a certain day there'll be a particular stock or stocks that the market will be paying attention to or whatnot. And that normally is the top 7. Your Nvidia, your Teslas, your Facebook, your Amazon, those. And then comes your lower tier. They'll be like your Netflix, your was that 3M company and whatnot. And then it goes down to the fucking micro when and all the fucking bullshit and whatnot. So, big crypto has too much data, too much news, too much data every single day. If people would actually pay attention to the data, to the facts and data and not the numbers, how it goes up, how it goes down, but this coin went down. So think about this. People barely know about the stock market. Think about these old folks that have been in the stock market, the regular stock market. Then we had the new stock market that came in around 2014, 13 or whatnot, when you had laptops and you brought the Forex trading and whatnot. Then it became differently. Then later on in the 2000s, we got Robinhood, we got all these apps where you can then Webull, where you can buy stocks through your phone, no more doing this old-fashioned way or whatnot. So these old folks have the rhythm of it and of everything, but not when it comes to how to use certain products, which now it is so simple that they actually use them. But they're so used to of the old way of getting information, whether it be your CNN, your NBC, and all this fucking crap, and that fucking white guy that tells you when to buy and sell. He's very fucking famous. Then he's full of shit pretty much. When he tells you buy, you fucking sell. And when he fucking tell you sell, you fucking buy pretty much. So anyways, they're so used to of getting their information from that. But now you have all these YouTubers. Now you have all these companies that offer you this data and tool and whatnot. All these apps that come with you with this all information, statistics, earnings. Where before you couldn't. Before it was just newspaper. For those of you that weren't, old, grew back in the days, like, we used to have just newspaper. Think about that shit. And just TV. Your NBC, your fucking here for you, telling the news, blah, 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 all that. Your friend that the black screen that became your friend. The black screen that told you, I'm here for you, I'll take care of you, I'll tell you everything. Hey, look, a bear is scratching his back. Hi, isn't that cute? Okay, move on to murder and killing and all that shit. Hey, by the way, the weather. And you became his friends as you grew up. You guys never met. You guys never ate together. You guys never kicked it. But that black screen, that TV, the guy across the screen became your buddy or whatnot. So, and we would trust them, and then we would then trust the other thing that didn't fucking really had any contact with the which was newspaper. Again, newspapers they didn't give a fuck about you. They want your reactions, and they want the same thing. The same people that are pushing this agenda or this fear onto onto the TV are also in control of the newspapers. So they would control both things or whatnot. So people really had to do the analysis and the research, but your newspaper and before we at some point we didn't have the internet too. I grew up right when the internet was coming out in the early 2000s, or no, in the early 90s, when it was accessible to when you had your AOL and this and that, and I didn't really do. Our parents didn't tell us nothing about investments and companies and how to research it. And hey, by the way, there's a new thing, technology, so we should invest in these companies that are coming up with this tech. There was no that thinking wasn't there or whatnot. It wasn't passed on. So, damn, I forgot. My bad for getting off track. But pretty much, I was telling you that. Oh yeah, time. Oh yeah, and data and crypto. When okay, my bad. I'm back to it. So from there, you can't really say why the market went down when it comes to crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these coins. Oh, it went down because so and so sold their Bitcoin or whale this or Trump this, or actually Trump doesn't move it, but Elon this and Dodge and this and that. So people don't really know how it really works. They're so used to the whole wave of 21, the whole decentralized, and this coin's gonna do this coin's gonna do that. Don't get that coin because that coin the government is gonna use it, and that's for them, and this because this coin's for this and that. But as you follow all the data every fucking single day, you will see how they were telling you, hey, even when it was dumping, how many they were buying, how many now they're returning, how many banks, JP Morgan, Tom Lee, JP Morgan financial advisor, was talking about how he was advising JP Morgan to buy Bitcoin back in 2018, 2% or whatnot. Meanwhile, they were telling you to stay away from this shit or whatnot. So, time is very important in crypto. It's not just data, because you can have a whole bunch of good news, like 3, 5, 10 great news, and the market wouldn't fucking move a bit or whatnot. So it comes to data and pattern structure and whatnot. So right here, I was saying that the market needed to hold. When it came to closing at 1 a.m., it was very important that 4-hour candle from 9 to 1. When it came to Ethereum, at 10:45 to 10:30, it needs to sustain above a certain box or area. I'm gonna show you guys right now, but hopefully you guys don't get too confused or whatnot, because I've been mentioning this in my other videos. I've been showing it. Come on, buddy. So right here, it's not dead. There you go. All right, so right here, let me move these boxes right here for you guys. Here's a box. Here's another box. And this box right here comes to this 12-hour candle. Come on, buddy. For this 12-hour candle. So you see how there's a box right here? I mentioned this in my other videos. 3 candle box of color. There's 1, 2, and then 3. The third one, I already mentioned this. So anyways, so the fact that this third candle, 12-hour candle, ended up closing inside the box was still bullish, but was still at the edge. So it was very important to keep track of it. So then you go to your 4-hour candle, and you will notice how it's still holding. You put my bullshit back on, and I was saying how as long as we stay inside this box, and as it started breaking up, I started saying we're gonna go on slowly. And in my other videos, I mentioned what time it was supposed to be up here and this and that. All right, so I don't have to go into all that deep, because you guys can go watch my videos about this. Now, what I am gonna talk about is now the markets. We did have a push on up, and Bitcoin barely has given a little push on up, but it's still holding. The last thing what you want is with this drawdown down here to have like a fat ass jump down out and then come down to this area right here. Because the closer we can get to 3 o'clock, especially on a Sunday, is very important because that's when the market opens. Not just that, that's half of the last forward candle for the week. So it's the last, and not just the week, but the last 2 hours of a forward candle, of the last forward candle. So everything's last. The last 12 week, the last day, the last 2 hour candle, the last 8. So all these are very important how they end up for closing. So the fact that they did this push is in where it's at right now. Because one thing you gotta think about is that not just did it break through, so also it broke through a 3 monthly resistance that I mentioned in my other videos that it was a hard thing to pass and close above. Not just that, but when I was looking at it, on the monthly, it was passing even the last monthly resistance. The really last one is this one up here, which really would be fucking bullish as hell. But all this is bullish. All this is screaming you, hey, get ready. We're about to fucking blast off. That's what you see in XRP. You have the bill that passed, Genius back bill passed this 18th. He's pushing all this to. They have a fucking strategy for this shit. Trump is not the one smart one, the genius one coming up with all this shit. You are as if you think that Trump is coming up with all these strategies by himself. He's just the dummy that listens to this shit and be like, oh, okay. So it's gonna, okay. All right, gotcha. All right, well, I got this bill and this is my bill. I want to pass. He says all this shit like he knows about crypto, but he doesn't know shit. He just would have probably talked about this shit a couple years ago, but he still doesn't know really shit about it. He just has his people that buy that shit, tell him the basics, and that's it. You think he's gonna be on the screen, keeping up with all these terms and all these things and whatnot, and how to transfer and whatnot? No, he doesn't have time for that shit. That's why he has fucking people. If you would be a millionaire, if you were the government, just in general, like if you were a millionaire, you have the resources to hire people. So think about it, fucking just coming across, damn, like it'll be good to have a good financial advisor. What's the most rated good whatever one? Oh, this one for $3,000 a month or a week, whatever. All right, cool. He's gonna make me fucking 10 times, 20 times, 100 times that and shit, whatnot. I got the money, and then oh shit, I need somebody else for this. So same with him. He's just I wouldn't bother to do my own research if I had money. I'll fucking be hiring. I'll paying all these, just like all these YouTubers or whatnot. All these YouTubers that talk about crypto. You think they're coming up and they know all this shit or whatnot? No, they once they get the ball rolling, they start hiring all these technical analysis, graphs, this and that or whatnot. But they're the front runner, they're the head or whatnot. So anyway, so that's another thing that I noticed, that it was passing through these monthly resistance. But I knew it wasn't that was too good to be true. It was the crucial time to pay attention was gonna be right now. Your 10:45 to 11:30, because it really gotta tell you what's gonna go on, and you're seeing it right now. You're seeing the pullback happening right now. So and then let's go check Bitcoin real quick. Let's go to the 100 candle. Sorry for this, you guys. All right. So now Bitcoin came down to that support, and you see where Ethereum's at. Where it's at. It's way up there. So if Ethereum keeps dropping down to where it shot up from, then you're either gonna see Bitcoin hold this area and just bounce around, or you're gonna see it break through this, and then that's gonna be very crucial, because either depending how far Ethereum keeps dropping down, Bitcoin will follow. But what mostly will happen is either of two things. Is because we're closing a forward candle at 1. So we gotta pay attention to Ethereum. How far, how down, how much, how fast. Because it flew like crazy. So for it to come down, oh shit, my bad. Down here where it shot up from, then that means that Bitcoin's gonna start dumping. But it's gonna be very interesting because what this tell me is like the market's happy. I'm gonna update with ChatGPT to give me a summary of this weekend's update where tariffs are pretty much tariffs because we got the good news. S&P has been getting good news. It's just not so it fucking flew. It's just Trump fucking it up on Friday with mentioning about tariffs. So now everybody's gonna pay attention how they end up where we left off, and after that shit, after he tweets something or says something, and or Europe and they's working on it or this and that, and they relieve on Monday or today somewhere in the evening, then the market is just gonna fucking focus on POW because that's the only important data and the manufacturer, but it's just POW. POW is a really important one. Then from there on Wednesday, because most likely, Monday we're just gonna relieve. The market is just gonna fucking relieve. It's gonna, so it's gonna catch up on weekend shit, whether it be whatever comments or things that the policy said, Trump said. It's gonna absorb and release all that shit, all that tension, and then Monday night is gonna then stabilize and gonna start rallying up slowly as it gets emotions happy towards what Powell might say. And then how the market ever we say here, we go down again. We're gonna start going back up again Tuesday night because we got earnings coming up, and also data too. Unless Trump tweets something that will make the market come back down on Monday, then that's gonna be like a sort of like a discount. That's all that's all he's doing. It's a discount because he knows earnings are coming up and data's coming up and Powell's gonna say something, whatever, whatnot. So it's gonna be a discount because people are getting used to this shit and it's a strategy that they're using. So that's what I'm talking about here. So either you're gonna see, and let me see. I gotta see where everything is at. Sorry, let me take shit out so you guys won't get what the fuck is he? What the hell, dude? Alright, so this is the last 3 monthly resistance. This area right here, and it broke through it. So now what's gonna and then we have a monthly, this purple line right here. This purple line that you see right here, this box, this section, it needs to hold that. So either we're gonna start from by 11:15. It needs to shoot above here, so then at 12 and 1 it can still be here because we have a weekly. There's too many lines. I know people. Sorry for this shit. So this blue line right here is a weekly. Let me show you a weekly. That's low. Oh, there you go. There you go. Right. So you got a monthly and a weekly, so it's gonna be hard to pass. So the box we gotta pay attention to, I know it's gonna be this one right here. So let me go to the 1 hour time frame. So yeah, see, it's gonna be this box. So what it needs to do, it needs to shoot above it at 1, so it can then close here at 1 and try to close here by 5. Or when the market opens at 3, it's gonna suck it down. If it does, it might close the week here. That's what you want. You want the week to close here. Now what you don't want is for it to by 11:30 push on down and close here at 1 o'clock, because then it's gonna be this box is gonna be your resistance. Gonna try to fucking shoot above it, especially this monthly line right here. It's gonna struggle and then not even get that high, and they just struggle here and start going down and closing the week right here, but still above this 3 monthly resistance. Now we go down here somewhere, then you gotta see really Bitcoin start going down, but it's not really gonna go that down because it's fucking Bitcoin. It's stronger, whereas Ethereum can flex and fucking move way more or whatnot. But yeah, that's it, you guys. Sorry for fucking taking it too far or whatnot, or conversating too much. But that's what it needs to do for the market to still be bullish. And even though we still go below the 3 monthly resistance, this one right here, my bad. So even though we go back down and close in here, that's still good, because that means that this next week with all these earnings and everything, if the market pushes it up, then Bitcoin's gonna push it up, especially with all these bills and everything that they're passing with crypto. So again, it's not really about the numbers. It's not really about the numbers. You gotta see the whole picture of how everything's forming up, how everything's setting up. All right. So, because even XRP is really good. But I'll make another video of that. I don't want to make this video too long already. I don't want to make it just about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then I'll try to make another video about XRP, Pepe, ADA, Penguin, maybe, and some other one, maybe HBAR. But I gotta update all my graphs and all my Fibonacci and all that bullshit. But alright, you guys, this is Brian Seacrest signing out, folks.